Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. So, when we talk about this guy, Mr. Larry David, he is normally associated with a lot of very good comedy, uh, shows like Seinfeld and his own Curb Your Enthusiasm. The guy just leaves me in stitches pretty much every episode he's ever written or has been associated with. But tonight, on a very sad note, uh, we lost one of our own in from the show Curb Your Enthusiasm. And let me pull up that screen or background. Mr. Richard Lewis. So Richard Lewis, who was on basically over 40 episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. I mean, that's a hell of a lot for a recurring actor. Very funny guy. Uh, we'll talk a little bit about some of the episodes that they were in together, side-splittingly funny. Um, but Richard Lewis basically started as I have some notes in front of me, started as a stand-up comedian in Greenwich Village in 1971. He began writing and performing regularly in 72, discovered by David Brenner. I guess there are those that know David Brenner, another famous comedian. Helped him get established out in LA. Uh, he was on the Tonight Show. He helped him get on the Tonight Show, so that kind of established him being a new breed or class of stand-up comedians. So made a career for himself. Went into movies. His first movie, The Wrong Guys. Famous movies that he's in that I know of: Robin Hood Men in Tights, Wagons East with John Candy. I understand that was John Candy's last movie. Leaving Las Vegas. What are some other ones he did? The last one he did, The Great Buster Celebration. I guess Buster Keaton. Who knows? He's done a ton of you know television. He's been on 22 episodes of Johnny Carson, Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, 44 episodes of Late Night with David Letterman. Uh, what else is he in? Daddy Dearest, 13 episodes. The Larry Sanders Show he's been on. Tales from the Crypt. Oh my God. Uh, of course, the most notable is also, what else did he do? Oh, wow. He was even in Law and Order Special SVU, a show that is well known in this household. Um, BoJack Horseman. That's a favorite of my son Jason. He played Ziggy Abler on the episode Head in the Clouds. But of course, looking back, 41 episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and that's how I really got to know him. So, talking about some of the episodes, he was in the very first episode with Larry. They were already at each other's throats over some disagreement with a girlfriend. Uh, there was an episode where he was dating an Asian girl. I forget her name, but uh, they were playing this game. Who would you have sex with? And Larry mentioned her name. Next thing, Larry has problems with Cheryl and with Richard, but I can't. I think it was Tia Carrera, but I can't remember what her name was on the show. But very funny. What are some other ones? So Richard introduces his niece to Larry, and she wants to get a boob job done, and she gets her boob job. Well, first of all, Richard's telling Larry quietly, "Don't tell her not to do it." So Larry, being Larry, "Oh, I think it would be great if you got a boob job done." The look on Richard's face, if looks get killed. Next thing you know, she gets the boob job done. She tells Larry, "Oh, touch him, feel him. I want people to see how good they are." So he touches them. Of course, Cheryl catches him. He gets in more trouble. there was the season where he was sick and he needed a new kidney. Uh, he needed a donated kidney. Um, so Larry went to visit him, in bed. He was sick in bed, and he has this autographed baseball, which they believe that the nurse steals, and they bring this into play. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You got to watch the episode. Even Jeff does it, but it's very funny. Uh, then at the end of the season, he donates the kidney. Larry almost dies as a result. He has a brush up at the pearly gates, and he sees his mother, who had just died, uh, played by B. Arthur, Maud fame. And I love what she says. What kind of a schmuck are you? Who donates a kidney? What a thing to to see your mother up at the pearly gates and the first thing for her to say. Too funny. Any event. So I was episode 4 was just released this Sunday night, and I went to watch it tonight, thinking that maybe Richard might be on it, but apparently there must have been a lot of people because trying to watch it, because I pressed the episode on demand, and that little thing just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. So I guess everybody had the same idea. Uh, of course, this episode probably being the last one to air while Richard was still alive. Sadly, he wasn't on it. I'm hoping to catch him in more episodes before the season's over, but um, didn't fail to disappoint as usual. You'll have to watch it, but a couple new catchphrases. Breakfast loophole for those who can't, restaurants that refuse to make breakfast items after 11 a.m. Breakfast grudge. Uh, they were all pissed off at Larry because he was able to get his breakfast order after 11. So he brought nobody but Larry brings their own organic eggs to a freaking restaurant. Yeah, don't use your eggs, use these eggs. So so Larry finds out that they didn't use it, or thinks that they didn't use his egg, so he called it a breakfast grudge. Of course, Leon. I love peeing in cups. Again, you'll have to watch it's just so funny. Uh, Jeff Garlin and Susie, they're funny as well. They're actually in some scenes without Larry. That's something that Larry didn't do in the first several seasons. Have scenes without him, but I guess they're established enough that they can do that. But so without giving up too much, somebody uh, posted a letter in the golf club, said that they were disgruntled, and you'll have to watch to see who it was. Of course, there's Tracy Ullman, who Larry's dating, much to his chagrin. He's going through his calendar, marking off the days so he can break up with her. She's a freaking nightmare. But enough about Larry. Richard, no, rather, Larry had a lot of, uh, basically an ensemble cast, a lot of very funny people. Susie Essman, uh, the guy who played Super Dave. I can't remember his name, but he was hysterical. Of course, there was Ted Danson. Uh, Jeff Garland and Larry. They have a great chemistry. Uh, Richard Lewis and Larry, they have a great chemistry. Oh, that's right. So now that one of the first episodes that I ever saw, it was in season 2, where Jeff had season tickets to the LA Lakers. He couldn't go that night, and they were courtside seats right in the freaking front row. So he gives them to Larry, who takes Richard with him. So they're in the front row, and Larry stretches his legs out. And what does he do? He trips Shaquille O'Neal, and he's out for like several months on injured reserve, and Larry becomes public enemy number one in Los Angeles. Too freaking funny. And of course, both he and Richard are being booed on their way out. That's just too funny. Anyway, Richard, rest in peace. We love you. We miss you. Uh, the world was a better place with you. We'll see you all. We'll all see you on the other side, buddy. This is Jack Toledano speaking for all or not according to Jack. Have a good one. Bye.